Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna show you how I made this cute little Hershey Nugget slider, and all it is it's got a sliding tab on it with 3 Hershey's Nuggets on the inside, and I used it with several different pieces from this Gift of Gold with foil paper pad. They're 6 by 6. And I got it from Hobby Lobby when I was in the US in September. So I've taken out several pieces and have made several different ones of these, and I had a little assembly line going. So I thought I would show you how I actually did that. And I have, from the leftover pieces from a 6 by 6, I cut this out, and I have several different pieces that I can I can wrap on the Hershey Nugget. So lots of leftovers and just mix and match. So there's a whole bunch of different ones that I can do with different patterns and what have you. All right, so with the leftovers in that, I had leftover pieces, and so I said, well, I'm not gonna throw them away or use them later. I can still use them in the same project. So after I've cut most of these out and did them up, I took the leftover pieces, and then I said those will be my sliders. So they're not quite as long as I wanted, but they still do the work. This one's a little wider. I chose to keep it wider, and then that's all it is. That's pretty much it. So it's pretty quick and easy to make. So what I'm gonna do is I already have 3 already created or set. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through how I process, or how I created it, I should say. So first, this is, like I said, a 6 by 6 paper pad. So I'm gonna start with the 3 1/4 side. So cut it. Now this is directional paper, so I should tell you this first. So directional paper, make sure that it's facing you when you start this, and your first cut should be 3 3/4. Okay, so that's it. This is one of the pieces that I've used throughout the project. Okay, so now we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut it to 4 1/2, like that. So that's another piece we can use throughout the project. I don't really like using this to score all the time because of this bend in it, so I choose to use my other one. So my scoreboard. So what I'm going to do is, let's take my punch board. This is the only corner rounder that I have. I think I need to invest in a corner rounder. It's just round the corners, so they're nice and curved. Okay, put that aside. From here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 2 and 2 1/2. So all I'm doing is putting half an inch in the center of my project where it's going to fold. Okay, so that's that piece. And with a leftover piece that I had from another project, this obviously is going to be 6 inches long. And what I did was I scored it at 1 1/2, 2, 4, and 4 1/2. Okay, so 1 1/2, 2, 4, and 4 1/2. And that's going to make my slider like that. And then with, so if you have pieces like this left over, actually, let me take you through the project. So this is what we have left from the 6 by 6. And you can see that this is 2 1/4, but in order to make it for the wrap to go around the nugget, I need it to be 3. So technically I'd have to cut this down. So what I did was I took a strip like this and I just cut it down 3 times. And I use that as a piece for my slider. You can do 2 times, 3 times. You can have the width as much as you want. So I have other ones that were thinner, okay? Or you can cut this to 1 inch and 1 inch and then cut in your 3s, okay? So you can do this several different ways. So what I'm gonna do is I already have other pieces cut. So as you know, you're gonna use up all your pieces and you might have one little tiny square left over. So it's a really good project where you get to use all your pieces. I've already done this. Burnish the, make sure that's, I didn't go hard enough on this one, okay? So there we go. And I'll show you how I wrapped the Hershey Nugget. I'm going to use this piece, this one, and let's go the stars. I really like using the foil. No, let's actually do a plainer one like that. Okay, so all you're going to do is take your little piece here, get your tape. You want strong adhesive for this. My adhesive roller here, Tombow, doesn't like this paper for some reason. It doesn't like to roll. All right, so all I'm gonna do is the fold is towards me, so the opening is here. I'm just gonna place this around the center. Give it a nice press. And it's forgiving, so you can wiggle it around to where you want it. And then just line it up in the back. Give it a nice press. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the other 2 Hershey Nuggets and be right back. What I want to do is I obviously want to adhere these inside. And there's, you could put something up here on the top, but I'm really just going to put this. I think it looks fine just the way it is with the slider and everything on it. I think it's going to look perfect. Okay. So put some tape on the back. Okay. I'm going to start with this one and go in the center. And I just eyeball it. I'm making several of these for people for Christmas. They've had requests for me to make them some. All right, so then I take my slider, and all I'm gonna do is just put some tape on one side. Okay, like that. So I see my tape is there, so I'm gonna put that around, and I'm just gonna meet this over on the other side. Make sure it lines up. And there it is. So there's my slider. Now, what I need to do is to make this little piece on top. I think it looks really cute with the presents. It already has writing and everything on it, so I'm just gonna focus on just maybe doing the stripe pattern paper again, and maybe clipping the present like that, like I did already. So I've been using the same paper for other little pieces, so let's pick one. So just take your hole punch. This hole punch is 1 inch, and I'm just gonna cut out the present, and then I'm gonna take my scallop one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And the scallop one is 1.5. Like that. And then a dimensional, no, actually, not yet, not a dimensional dot yet. So all I'm gonna do is take some more tape, or you can use glue, whatever you find easiest. I used glue on this one and it seemed to be just fine. Okay, so the present's on there. Now I'm going to use my dimensional dot. Just put it right in the center, like that. Peel that off. Make sure it's upright, and it's going to be on the slider. It's a little over to one side, but that's okay. So that's it. Look how cute that is. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love the gold. I really love gold and white. It turned out really sweet.